We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Fukushima Fieldhouse on the campus of Independence High School in San Jose, the site for the 2013 Central Coast Section Wrestling Championships. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into PlayOnSports.com. I'm Kirsten Fairchild alongside Lynn Dyke, and we are here ringside, if you will, for a terrific night and a very anticipated night here in high school wrestling. Right now, getting straight to the introductions at the 106 weight class. The number 2 seed, Alvin Wynn of Silver Creek, facing off against the top-seeded Jimmy Lopez of Christopher High School. And the introductions for the 113-pound. Sarah's Elias Hernandez to our right. The second seed and another top seed. A lot of 1 seeds have made it through, and the first Gilroy Mustang to be introduced, Jesse Vasquez.
In the red corner at 120 pounds from
St. Francis Lancer, Sean Summers, the 2 seed, as he walks confidently out to the center, and he will face off against Isaiah Loxon, who was the Central Coast champ at 113 pounds last year. He's the top seed, Live Oak Acorn out of Morgan Hill.
He's also the state champion, defending state champion.
Eric Kramer of Gunn at the 126-pound, and it's Victor Olmos of Gilroy, and Olmos won as a freshman, finished second as a sophomore. He's now a junior, and he's the top seed for the Mustangs. At 132 from Sarah, Jerry De La Rosa, the number 3 seed, our first look at a number 3 seed tonight.
That's right.
And he'll be facing off against Paul Fox, who's looking to three-peat. He finished second at state. Paul Fox last year, 126-pound. He's the top seed here at 132.
And he's defending section champion also.
Elijah Davis out of the Reardon Crusaders from San Francisco, the number 2 seed at 138. And he's facing off against the returning state champ, Nico Villarreal of Gilroy.
And that could be the top match of the evening, probably the most outstanding match of the evening.
And Reardon's teammate Zach Contreras, the top seed at 145 pounds, and he'll be facing off against Shane Triantos of Midi. Triantos, a number 6 seed.
He did an outstanding job at this tournament.
At 152, our first look at a Pioneer Mustang, Johnson Clare, the number 2 seed. And he'll be facing off against our lone representative of Santa Cruz County, Brian Batisto of Harbor High School.
Brian's a defending section champion.
Great season for Batisto. Grant Byral of Pioneer, the number 2 seed, 160, and he'll face off against the top seed from King City, Luis Quintero. At 170 pounds, we'll meet the number 2 seed from Half Moon Bay, Joseph Lohman. Lohman, the only Cougar from Half Moon Bay, wrestling for a championship tonight, and he'll face off against the Alisal Trojans, number 1 seed, Jovan Villalobos from Alisal, that's located in Salinas, California. South San Francisco Cougar, the top seed, Artur Giorgio. And Giorgio's opponent tonight from Monterey, number 2 seed Jacob Golden. At 195, our only unseeded wrestler. What a tournament for Guns, Sean Litster. His teammates are directly next to us. Coach Dyke, a great effort to get through unseeded, and he'll have his work cut out for him as he faces the number 2 seed. Archbishop Midi Chandler Ramirez of San Jose.
He's done an outstanding job in this tournament.
Saratoga's Graham Grant is the top seed at 220. And his opponent from Palma, that's located in Salinas, Tyler Escoto. Escoto is the number 3 seed. And our final division, Fremont's Gary Miltonberger. I think a big smile for Miltonberger, and he will face off against Hildy Mansour of Palm in the top seed. So a lot of the brackets held true, a lot of 1 and 2 seeds facing off tonight, but few surprises as well.
We have the last 2 weights, we have Palma wrestlers. You know, when they're working out together, they get tough together, and I think both of them are outstanding wrestlers.
Yeah, a lot of teammates, a lot of opportunities for school pride on display here tonight. Again, thank you so much for joining us on PlayOnSports.com. A busy Saturday night. Well, frankly, around the nation, a lot going on, certainly a lot going on with the winter sports. And we appreciate you tuning in. Kirsten Fairchild's Lynn Dyke bringing you the action from Independence High School, one of the largest high schools around, located in San Jose, California. And this great gymnasium here, the site of a number of Central Coast Section championships and other sports. Tonight, it belongs to wrestling. High school wrestling, 3 2-minute periods. The toughest 6 minutes in high school sports. Would that be an accurate statement?
That's an excellent comment. You have to be physically fit to go 6 minutes of intensive wrestling. You know, I mentioned before that we have 2 wrestlers from Palma. We also have a surprise with 2 wrestlers from Pioneer. And they're back-to-back weights also. And when you start working out together, you get good together. And that's nice to see Pioneer coming up with some kids in the finals. It's been a long time for them.
Oh, they're bursting with pride, Coach. Had a chance to talk to their coaches ahead of time. Coming into this match, remember, a team title would be decided as well. Alisal comes in with 120 points, currently sitting in the 3rd position. Palma with 136.5 in 2nd, and Gilroy High with 193 points coming in to this evening. Gilroy High looking for its 11th consecutive CCS team title. That is unprecedented.
Right. They're not looking for it. They got it. They cinched it yesterday, and they're doing an outstanding job.
Coach, I was trying to, build up
Oh,
the suspense.
I know.
Well, it's funny you say that because I asked the Gilroy head coach before the match. I said, "What's it like feeling wrapping up number 11?" He goes, "Oh no, we aren't looking at that. We haven't clinched it yet. We haven't won it." So I think he's using that as motivation.
And I think his big goal is to win the state or place real high in the state. I might also point out that we've got 4 teams from the West Catholic League in the top 10, with St. Francis in 4th place and Mitty in 6th, Reardon in 7th, and Sarah in 8th.
Very good showing by the West Catholic Athletic League. Back to Gilroy, their head coach Greg Varela, assisted by Jason Villarreal, Marco Sanchez, Bill Fox. 4th year for Greg Varela as the head coach. He is a 1997 graduate. He wrestled at 171 and finished 6th at CCS. We'll talk more about the legacy this Gilroy program has achieved for itself in the sport of high school wrestling. Let's now set up the action here. Wearing the red anklet, or actually the red tape tonight, we have at 106 points, it's at 106 pounds on the left of your screen, Alvin Nguyen of Silver Creek, and he'll be facing off against the defending champ, Jimmy Lopez of Christopher High School. Christopher High School located down in Morgan Hill. Lopez a junior, Nguyen a junior as well. And let's get to the action here. Lopez with an impressive 3.4 GPA. And Nguyen 4.3 GPA. And again, Lopez in the green and the black singlet on the right. Silver Creek on the left. 3 2-minute periods as they begin in the neutral position.
These lightweights are real fast. They move fast, a lot of action. You should have an exciting match here.
Lopez a freshman. Lopez a junior, both juniors. And he's trying to attempt the single leg takedown. Shooting again. So great defense from Nguyen. We have 9 officials tonight from a pool of officials. We'll get to their introductions when we have a moment. And trying to get control and out of bounds, so no score.
Our official for this match is Abram Ross. Abram was the former Central Coast Section champion from Oak Grove.
Wrestling officials have to be so proficient. Great move, and the takedown for Lopez. 2-0.
Very nice move. Nice low single.
Nguyen trying to sit out of it. Lopez so seasoned. Again, the defending champion.
Yeah, Lopez has won 4 major tournaments this year, and he was a defending CCS champion, so he's got a lot of mat savvy. He's going to be tough to beat in this match.
Yes, and as a freshman, he finished 5th at CCS, looking to repeat tonight as Nguyen looks at his Silver Creek coaching staff. 30 seconds remaining, 2-0. Lopez in control and with the advantage.
Bottom man looks a little frustrated. Anytime he's landing with his face down, it's a signal he might be stalling.
15 seconds remaining. And going for the near fall is Lopez. He will earn near fall points here. 5 seconds remaining. And 3 points, so now a 5-0 lead for Jimmy Lopez. And after feeling his opponent out in the first minute, really showing how skilled he is.
Did nice tilt there. That's what we call a tilt, where he tipped him over on his back and exposed his back to the mat for 5 seconds, which is a 3-point near fall.
Lopez defers. Nguyen elects to begin in the defensive position, trailing 5-0. As the second period underway. And you see the somersault attempt by Nguyen. Lopez was ready for it. Lopez trying to earn the escape here. And 2 points for Lopez. He's on the board.
And you notice the referee held up on his call to make sure that he got his 2-point reversal rather than a 1 escape
yes.
and a 2 reversal. Seven to nothing. So
7-0.
And again, if he wins by a margin of 15 points, that's what we call a tech fall, technical fall.
Alvin Nguyen with his work cut out for him. Trailing 7-0. Minute left to go in the second period. 28-4 his record this season. Lopez 42 wins, 5 losses. So Lopez winning the nod here with the match experience this year.
Yeah, he's got 2 times as many matches. That certainly counts at this level.
Nguyen doing a good job avoiding the near fall. 30 seconds remaining.
You know, Nguyen's behind by 7-0, but he had to defeat 3 opponents to get this far. So he's a good little wrestler. He's just being overpowered right now by a wrestler who's got a very excellent wrestling credentials.
Head coach for Silver Creek, Jacob Palomino, saying you got to do something. You got to do something.
And Jacob was a 3-time state champion from Independence right here.
He's assisted by Gilbert Ortiz, Eric Sanchez, and Werner Hogg. Lopez, head coach Alexis Lara, Adam Ruiz, and Jose Lara. And Lopez earning the near fall points. 7 seconds remaining. Takes a 10-0 lead. Jimmy Lopez in the driver's seat here in our first match. 106 pounds.
The win collection will start from neutral position. Round 3, the clock is set at 2 minutes and 0.
10-0 lead.
Lopez chose to stand up in the third period, take a neutral start. He feels he can take him down and score some more points, maybe get that tech fall.
Lopez trying to shoot for the single leg.
There he is.
And you just see trying to work the cradle. And now Lopez awarded 2-point takedown, 12-0. Technical fall, again, 15 points.
So if he can get a 3-point tilt now, then it would be over.
Jimmy Lopez.
That was good match strategy by Lopez because he got the takedown for 2. Now all he needs is 3, and here it comes. Now the referee won't stop it. You see he got a fall, so that's why he wouldn't stop it with the 15-point advantage.
Win by pin for Jimmy Lopez. He repeats as the 106-pound Central Coast section champion. Up next, the 113-pound champions from Serra High School, located in San Mateo, the number 2 seed, Elias Hernandez. He is on the left of your screen in the bright blue and gold singlet and wearing the red anklet. Gilroy's Jesse Vasquez, the top seed, on your right in the black singlet. Vasquez, a sophomore, Hernandez, a senior. Ricardo Garcia and Michael Klobacher, head coaches for Serra. Great representation by Serra this evening. Hernandez finished 5th last year. Vasquez finished 3rd. One of them will end this evening as a Central Coast section champion.
From Gilroy High School with a record of 32 wins and 7 losses. Coached by Greg Varela,
Now Vasquez is ranked #1 in the section and number 14 in the state, so he's got a lot of wrestling experience here.
Well, I think he benefits so much from his teammates. We'll talk more about this program at Gilroy as the night goes on. Again, Hernandez from Serra on the left in blue, Vasquez in black on the right, a CCS title on the line. Hernandez has been wrestling for 4 years, has yet to win a tournament this season. His opponent has won 2.
2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 5th so far, so he's got a lot of tournament experience.
Both have 7 losses on the year. And you see the throw.
He shot in on a nice single, but he lost it.
Hernandez back up on his feet. You can hear the coaches, both coaches yelling circle and out of bounds. 50 seconds gone here in the first period. And you see, again, shooting for the single leg. Vasquez with better luck this time, 2-point takedown. He takes a 2-0 lead.
He's got a real nice single leg takedown. If you don't succeed at first, try again, huh?
Seemed much more determined the second time. Nearing the 30-second mark.
Might add that Hernandez from Serra is really helped his team this year. Serra won the West Catholic League Championship for the first time. Usually it's Bellarmine and St. Francis, but Serra came through and won the championship, so that's really great. Coach Ricardo Garcia did a great job up there.
Very exciting year for Padres sports. 10 seconds remaining. Hernandez trying to sit out, trailing 2-0. And time expires, but not before Vasquez awarded 2 points for the near fall. He takes a 4-0 lead. Defers. And we'll begin in neutral.
A little surprising. Vasquez had 2 attempts, and yet Hernandez still took neutral for giving Vasquez a chance for a 3rd takedown here.
That's very true. Hernandez, the senior, says he will be wrestling in college next year as he goes for the double leg takedown. Changes to a single.
Oh, nice.
You see Vasquez trying to fight it up. Nope, 2 points. Hernandez on the scoreboard. Still trailing 6-2.
Well, he made the right decision. He took neutral and he got his takedown.
And the scoreboard corrected to 4-2 in favor of Vasquez.
Now he's in a little trouble, but he's hanging onto that leg. As long as he holds that leg, it might result in a stalemate. There it is.
That's exactly the call with 1:02 left to go in the second period. Vasquez, one of 4 Gilroy wrestlers we will see tonight. As Hernandez goes to work once again and cuts him loose. So Vasquez jumps ahead 5-2. This is a reinvigorated Hernandez, coach.
You bet, he's coming on. Those first takedown attempts doesn't bother him a bit.
No, as Vasquez trying for the single leg.
Right now they're looking pretty equal in abilities.
Absolutely. Senior versus sophomore. Senior in the blue, sophomore in the black with a 5-2 lead. 15 seconds remaining in the second period.
He's
Hernandez.
Hernandez is doing a real good job of getting in on Vasquez's legs.
And out of bounds.
Wrestlers in the neutral position. 2.6 seconds remaining. Middle round.
Her 2.6 seconds remaining. And we're in a third period. Vasquez in the black, up 5-2, and he'll begin on bottom.
This is where Hernandez needs to try a tilt or something, get a near fall here.
And the 1-point escape for Vasquez, up 6-2. It's been a long season. Some would say this is the culmination, perhaps, of the season.
These boys have been practicing since October, and it's, as you say, a very long season for them. Maintaining their weight, wrestling every week, doing good in school. They're doing a good job.
Vasquez. Hernandez in trouble once again, and a 2-point takedown for Vasquez. Back out in front, 8-2. Top 3 wrestlers will advance to the state championships next weekend in Bakersfield at Rabobank Arena. Third place matches played off earlier.
Yeah, we qualify 3 now. At one time we qualified 6, then 5, then 4. Now we're down to 3 because the quality of our wrestling in our section is not equivalent to the quality of, say, the central section with the Clovis schools and so forth who dominate our state.
Yeah, always tough to see that happen when you're the section being downgraded, if you will.
Yeah.
30 seconds remaining. It's an 8-2 lead for Vasquez, on top and in control. Hernandez had a valiant second period. However, Vasquez has dominated periods 1 and 3 here thus far.
Yeah, Vasquez has his opponent's arm tied up and he's trying for a tilt, but pretty good defense by Hernandez at this time. But Hernandez has got to do more than lay on his stomach. He's got to work up and get away if he's going to win this match.
Jesse Vasquez, 8-2, as Gilroy secures its first individual championship. The sophomore Jesse Vasquez finished 3rd last year. He is a CCS champion tonight.
Very nice job by Vasquez.
Would you like to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Then tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School broadcast program. Our program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, please visit playonsports.com/SBP. Central Coast Section Wrestling Championship
No.
at 120 pounds, the number 2 seed, wearing the red anklet in the white, yellow, and brown of St. Francis of Mountain View. Sean Summers, he's taking on the Live Oak Acorn, Isaiah Loxon, who won the CCS Championship at 113 last year. He is on the right in black.
2012 CCS placing is first.
So Summers versus Loxon. Loxon, another wrestler with a 4.3 GPA, brings a 44-4 record into tonight's match. He is a junior, coached by Coach Gonzalez and Durres, and Sean Summers, the senior, immediately in trouble as Loxon wasting no time. 2 points for the takedown.
He had a low single there. I'm really impressed with Loxon. A great little guy and just tough as nails. He was defending state champion. As a freshman, he took 2nd in the state. As a sophomore, he won it. And he's right up there, favored to win it again. Loxon's also ranked number 10 in the nation.
And Summers finished 3rd last year in CCS. His brother Daniel, also a wrestler. 2-0. just like that.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Loxton's one of the favorites at the state, but he's lost 2 times in California this year, so he's going to have some competition at the state level, but he's just a tough little kid. He's pinned everybody today.
He's earning near fall points here. Summers trying to bridge out of trouble. You see Loxton in just a commanding position and win by fall. 55 seconds into the match. Loxton with the pin. Congratulations to Isaiah Loxton, making a strong statement here and giving the Live Oak fans from Morgan Hill something to cheer about.
Very impressive wrestler.
Up next, the 126-pound weight class. The number 2 seed, Eric Kramer from Gunn High School. In the red and black, facing off against the top seed, our second Gilroy wrestler of the night, Victor Olmos. He is in the black with the yellow Mustang on his right leg, wearing the green anklets. Olmos won as a freshman, was a runner-up last year to a Menlo Atherton wrestler. He'd like to get back on that podium tonight. Almost a junior, Kramer a senior.
Yeah, we've got the number 1 and number 2 seeds in the section, and almost also took 6th in the state last year, so he's going to be right up there. He should win this match.
Almost with a 4.0 GPA. Kramer just as good. Kramer, a senior, will be at Stanford next year. Kramer in the black and red of Gunn. His younger brother Ian Kramer wrestles at 132 pounds, and Kramer is an Eagle Scout. As we are underway here at 126 pounds.
Kramer's a very good student. He's got a 4.0 GPA, and he's also on the robotics team up at Gunn High School.
There's a lot of extracurriculars.
He's coached by Chris Horpel. Chris used to be the head coach at Stanford University.
And that is where Kramer is headed in the fall. Gilroy already with the champ tonight. Gun fans directly to the right of us. No score, 50 seconds gone.
Kramer's won 4 tournaments this year, and almost has won 2.
Love to pick up another here. Almost the runner-up last year. Kramer finished 6th. Coaching going on.
They're both doing a little jockeying for position here to see their different tie-ups to see if one will work for them for some type of a takedown.
Almost looking up at the clock. It was 25 seconds when he looked up there. As he goes for the single leg takedown. And he gets it. 2-0 almost of Gilroy.
Almost like he was timing that one.
5 seconds remaining. Is Kramer trying to sit out of it? Not a lot of action, but almost shoots and achieves the takedown late in the first period, 2-0. He'll begin on the bottom. One of our first wrestlers tonight not deferring.
That's right. Referee's Ed Schmidt.
Almost up quickly, but back down again and out of bounds. Kramer brings a 32-2 record into this match. of bounds again.
It doesn't seem to matter what size the mat is. They always find that edge.
You know, they always do. Almost been doing a good job bursting up, standing up, and you see the trip by Kramer, and Kramer doing a great job.
Real nice leg trip.
Almost getting his arms free. And out of bounds.
Kramer's doing a real nice job of riding and confusing almost a little bit.
Just 39 seconds gone in this match, excuse me, in this period. And the escape for almost 3-0. Took some effort for sure. Now a minute gone in the second period.
1 minute.
Kramer's forcing the action a little bit, but sometimes you get careless when you do that.
So a stalling warning on Kramer and a 2-point takedown for Olmos. So the score a bit lopsided, if you will. Was Kramer still without any points? Feels a little more competitive than that.
Yeah, he sure is. He's a competitive wrestler. He's getting a little frustrated. Some of his own moves are backfiring on him.
27 seconds remaining. Period 2.
Come on, Eric.
Kramer on his feet.
Let's go.
5 seconds.
Wow.
Kramer in trouble. And time expires. 2 points for the near fall. 7-0. Wasn't sure which one was going to score on that for a moment, Coach.
Yeah, the Coach Horpel was a little upset about that call. He didn't think it was a 45-degree angle. Looked pretty close.
Third period about to get underway. Almost on top. 7-0 lead. He is a junior, won a CCS title as a freshman. On his way after 2 periods. And Kramer on the scoreboard.
There we go.
1-point escape.
Almost is at 126 this year. Last year he placed second at 120, so he's up 1 weight division this year.
Kramer trailing by 6 points in the black and red to the left of your screen.
Kramer's got a minute to score 6 points. He better get going. He can't afford to be jockeying for a tie-up.
1 minute.
You hear some "put it together now" being shouted. Again, almost with the takedown. 9-1 the score.
Nice single leg by Olmos.
Yes, he's very good at that. And out of bounds. 38 seconds remaining. Eric Kramer with his work cut out for him.
38 seconds left in the match.
You pretty well have to have a mistake-free match to beat the Gilroy kids. Their fundamentals are excellent. They're in very good shape, very competitive.
Kramer trying to get to his feet. Almost in control, 15 seconds away from his second CCS title. And out of bounds.
Might point out in the Gilroy corner, Dr. Marco Sanchez, the school principal, is sitting there. He won the state tournament right here for Independence High School, and it's very, very impressive to see a high school principal sitting in his team's corner and coaching these kids. He's just a real rabid wrestling fan.
He's got a lot to enjoy. It's Gilroy, what a legacy. 2-1. Victor Olmos, the Central Coast Section champion at 126 pounds. That is a major decision, 9-1. Congratulations to Gilroy.
Nice job by Olmos.
And as you hear the Gilroy roar. And Gilroy will keep it going. First, we're going to go ahead and introduce Sarah Padre. Jerry De La Rosa, he is our first number 3 seed we're seeing tonight. Blue and yellow. For Jerry De La Rosa, he will face off against the returning state finalist at 126 pounds. Up a weight class is the top seed, Paul Fox of Gilroy, looking for a three-peat at the CCS title on the right of your screen in black.
You got the number 1 and number 2.
Fox a junior, De La Rosa a senior. Sarah, wrestler, still looking for his first title of the year. This is going to be a good one, Coach.
Should be. You got the number 2 ranked kid in the state, number 3 ranked kid in the state, so there should be some good wrestling here.
As you see Fox with the single leg takedown.
Fox is tough. He had a brother that wrestled too that won the state, so the Fox family is pretty tough wrestlers.
De La Rosa, 2-time freestyle national qualifier. And out of bounds, Fox bringing a 30-4 record into this match. De La Rosa, 26-5. And 1 point awarded to De La Rosa. 2-1 the score. Nearing the 1 minute mark.
I'll stick my neck out and say Fox is going to win this match. I think he's just too experienced at a high competitive level for his opponent. But you have to compliment De La Rosa on getting this far. He's had to beat 3 guys to get here.
Coach, you never know when the announcer jinx is going to come into play.
That's right.
Wrestlers tied up.
You know, you wonder a little bit about the psychology involved here, too. The kid, he knows, De La Rosa knows he's wrestling a kid that took 2nd in the state, and that could have some bearing on his performance.
De La Rosa finished 5th last year. Would like to wrestle in college. Trying to hold off. Double leg attempt. He does. 15 seconds remaining. Out of bounds.
De La Rosa's a 2-time West Catholic League champion.
And this year, boy, that's really saying something. Saying something every year, but this year, WCL so competitive. 5 seconds. And after 1 period, our closest match thus far, 2-1 the score in favor of Fox, the defending champion.
Our official for this match is Abram Ross. Abram will be officiating at the state tournament next week.
So much respect for wrestling officials. As De La Rosa trying to even up the score or even take an advantage. He's trailing 2-1. Fox
Got a potential single, but also looking for a standing cradle.
Trying for the trip. There was a caution for stalling, and they're out of bounds.
He called Fox for stalling because he held that leg up in the air and didn't work for the takedown. Good call.
De La Rosa with another opportunity. Same scenario, trying for the trip, misses.
Looks like he's trying to get that standing head cradle all the time, but it's not working.
Nearing the minute mark here in the second period.
Got a little whizzer action by De La Rosa. He's got the whizzer. Oh, he's trying to come out the back door. Stalemate.
And another stalemate called. De La Rosa looking at the clock, 46 seconds remaining. Still a lot of time to go here in the second period. Score stalled at 2-1. Fox on the bottom with the 1-point advantage again. There's a lot of coaching going on from the spectators here. And 1-point escape for Fox. Finally, he must be thinking.
That's right, and Fox has got to do more with that single than he's been doing. Otherwise, he's going to get stalled at the state meet. He can't get away with that. Nice takedown.
And yes, 2-point takedown for Fox. So he's continuing now. In control, 5 seconds remaining. And after 2 periods, Paul Fox leads at 5-1. Is that frustrating for De La Rosa, Coach?
I believe so, yeah. Just too much experience there.
De La Rosa has been wrestling for 4 years, Fox for 5 years. As Fox begins on top, up by 4.
For many years, Gilroy had a very good junior high program, and they used to win the county championship. And I think it's just a carryover. They keep going. You know, it's a one community area with one big school, and they do well.
Well, I talked to their coaching staff and asked why Gilroy has been so successful over the years. And they said, well, like you just said, we're a community. It's not a huge community. Our guys hang together. They understand the concept of team. And I said, well, it must be something more than that, because that would apply to other sports as well as having that dominance. And Gilroy certainly has made its name for itself as a wrestling program.
Oh, yeah, and the kids want to be on that team because they've won all these section championships. I was talking to Dr. Marco Sanchez about that, the principal. They don't have a good wrestling room at Gilroy. They go across the city. They run to the community center to work out, but Marco says that they're going to have a new wrestling facility. It's almost construction almost starting on it.
Oh, that must be so exciting.
Yeah, they need one.
Minute 04 left in the third. Fox still in control. 5-1 his lead. His teammate Jesse Vasquez, already the 113-pound champ, as well as almost the 126-pound champ. So De La Rosa called on stalling, and that gives Fox another point and a 6-1 lead.
Yeah, you see his head's down. He's not making an attempt to get up to his knees, so that's a stalling situation.
30 seconds remaining.
I think he's just wrestling now not to get pinned.
Nearing the 20-second mark.
See, another stalling call.
7-1. 10 seconds. Gilroy looking to make it 3-4-3 here. Fox, a three-peat as a CCS champion, 7-1. The score. Congratulations to Paul Fox as the Gilroy train keeps on rolling here at Independence High School.
Sure does.
138-pound division up next. Archbishop Reardon of San Francisco. Elijah Davis, the number 2 seed, being introduced, wearing the bright yellow. And obviously a fan favorite, taking on Gilroy's Nico Villarreal, the top seed. Villarreal, the returning state champion, looking for a three-peat as well. Davis, a senior, Villarreal, a junior.
This could be the match of the night. Davis is so fast. Villarreal defeated the 3-time state champion in the last 10 seconds last year to win the state championship.
Both have won 3 tournaments coming into this one.
You're going to see some speed here.
Davis does yoga, always good for strength and flexibility. Nico Villarreal, coached by his father, Jason.
This is the number 1 versus number 2 in the state of California right here. The top two ranked wrestlers in the entire state.
Villarreal 44-2 coming into this match. Davis, his opponent in yellow, 39-3. Cream of the crop here. We're underway.
Davis is a national freestyle champion also, so Villarreal is going to have some competition here. 2 good kids, just 2 excellent wrestlers. I think coming into this tournament, a lot of people were talking about this match Friday morning.
It's been on everyone's mind. And you hear the crowd into this one. Just 50 seconds gone. And a stalemate.
Referee is Keith Picard.
He's our head referee, our head official tonight. Under a minute here in the first period. Again, Davis of Reardon of San Francisco in the yellow and purple, facing off against Villarreal of Gilroy in black. .20 seconds remaining. Ten seconds. .8 seconds remaining. Whistled out of bounds. Nothing, the score. Davis is going to begin on bottom.
They'll probably pop out of there pretty quick.
Not if Villarreal has anything to do with it. And Davis on the scoreboard first, the 1-point escape.
This will be our 41st state championship, and we've only had one four-time champion. And last year, a boy from Selma was ahead of Villarreal with 10 seconds to go by 2 points. Villarreal threw him on his back and won, and it cost the other boy a chance for a four-time state championship.
I bet he had a sleepless night that night.
It was amazing.
Nearing the minute mark. Davis, the number 2 seed in yellow, scored on the escape. He's up 1-0. As my partner Lynn Dyke, the longtime Oak Grove High School coach, mentioned, these are the top 2 wrestlers in the state at this division.
The state meet's always exciting for me because I was the first tournament director of the very first state meet, so helped organize it. So
Davis.
Good call by the ref. They were out of bounds.
You see the quickness of Davis.
That's
it
right.
Looked like he might have been in trouble. He was able to turn the tables, if you will, but out of bounds. And we have blood. 39 seconds remaining in the second period. Blood on the mat. Davis with a 1-0 lead. While that's being attended to, really appreciate you tuning in tonight to PlayOnSports.com. And folks, Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Please follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You may also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Please keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. The blood has been attended to. 39 seconds remaining. Begin in the neutral position. Villarreal trailing 1-0.
I wouldn't be surprised to see these 2 wrestlers face off in the finals of the state tournament next week. They're that good.
15 seconds. Five. Heading into period 3. Can Davis hold on and be the first one out of the red corner to win a match tonight, and the first non-number 1 seed to win a match? Villarreal begins on bottom. Davis on top.
That's the big question. Can he hold on?
Villarreal on his feet, trying to break the hold.
Good call by the ref. Top man was not working to take his opponent down.
The electricity in the field house is palpable. 2 of the best on display. One point. We're tied up at 1 on the escape from Villarreal. Fans into this one. Minute 35 left to go.
Davis looks a little tired.
I was thinking about that Villarreal at the end of the last period.
Yeah. Ooh.
Davis going for a double leg takedown. Nearing the minute mark, plenty of time left. Changing to a single. Reardon coaches on their feet. Davis trying to stay in bounds, and out of bounds the call. 45 seconds remaining.
The fans are excited, but the referee made the right call.
Will we go into OT? Can someone end this now?
Davis has got to be careful. He's got a warning for stalling.
Yep. 25 seconds. No, 2 points awarded.
No takedown.
Did he correct himself? No points awarded, so our referee corrected himself. The scoreboard has not, now it has. And the fans don't like it. And look at that, 10 seconds remaining. Everyone on their feet. Davis awarded 2 points for the takedown. Gilroy looking like it's going to complain right now.
No takedown.
Both coaching staff on their feet. The scoreboard, I think, maybe getting ahead of itself, or was there was 2 points signaled?
We never did quite establish control, and that's where the assistant referee is very important. He came in, now Mike Carr's the assistant, and he's done 25 state tournaments, and he helped the referee out there because it wasn't quite control.
And blood again. We're tied up at 1. The 2 points come off the scoreboard. Some fans love it, others hate it. We're in OT.
1 minute of sudden victory here.
First point scores. Top 2 in the state living up to the billing here in San Jose. Villarreal in black, Davis in yellow. Davis. 30 seconds remaining.
6, 7.
Davis trying to win a title. Villarreal fighting him off. People are so into this one. They have picked their wrestler and letting them hear it. 15 seconds remaining in this first overtime period.
This is where conditioning counts.
I was just going to say, this is going to be a battle of the attrition.
Nice.
5 seconds. Out of bounds.
That was a nice high crotch takedown attempt by Villarreal. Very good. That's where you got to convert, though, at this level.
5 seconds exactly remaining in this first overtime.
Now we go to 2 30-second periods.
Villarreal, a junior. Davis, a senior.
We call these tiebreakers, 2 30-second rounds now.
30 more seconds of wrestling. Elijah Davis on bottom.
Both of these wrestlers look gassed. To refresh, the score is 1-1. Davis was so quick to jump up to his feet. Was how he earned his point. Again, as you mentioned, he's had a warning for stalling. 10 seconds. Can he get up? 5, 3, 2, 1.
That could be the difference in the match right there. If Villarreal gets away, he wins.
30 more seconds.
Got another 30-second round here, and whoever's ahead at the end of the 30-second period is the winner.
It's all come down to this. Sectional bragging rights on the line. Out of bounds. Davis is going to have to dig deep here, Coach.
That's right. He's looking a little tired. They've gone now for 7 minutes. And
the spirits are willing. How is the flesh?
And the coaches are getting excited.
Coach has been excited before this match even began. Villarreal on his feet.
Locking hands. That's a penalty. Villarreal's going to win this.
And Villarreal wins off the penalty.
Villarreal doesn't have to do anything now, but right at the 8 seconds, and he wins.
8.9 seconds remaining. Villarreal on bottom, Davis on top.
The coaching staff of Reardon saying they want to go to neutral, asking for neutral. So good job by the coaching staff.
The only
They're
strategy.
cutting him loose. So 3-1 Villarreal. So Davis needs a takedown. 4.2 seconds remaining. So the penalty and cutting him loose. Davis trying, Villarreal just playing keep away. Davis awarded 1 point, but not enough. Villarreal wins 3-2. Now people want to keep their heads here.
He just called unsportsmanlike conduct on the on Davis.
And Davis runs out of here.
That's too bad. A little poor sportsmanship at the end, and he got called for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, and how tough is this for Reardon teammate Zach Contreras as well as his coaching staff? So 3-2 the win. We will talk about this one when we have the opportunity. But first, let's go to introduce here the 145-pound competition from Reardon, wearing the exact same singlet you just saw. Colors that Davis won. Zach Contreras, the #1 seed, the senior, facing off against Shane Triantos of Midi, our #6 seed. Lowest seed we've seen thus far. Contreras, a senior.
Okay.
Midi wrestler Triantos, a junior. Triantos brings a 30-5 record into this match. He has wrestled 3 years, coached by Chris Curry, Zach Wicht, Keith Walker, and Jeff Baroni. And Contreras trying to regroup for this Reardon squad. Contreras quickly goes to work. 2 points for Contreras. And 1 point escape by Triantos. 1 seed versus 6 seed. You have to admire Contreras coming out here. He has a match to wrestle. He was obviously rooting his teammate on.
He's looking really good. He's fired up, and Triantos came out a little slow, and this is going to be takedown, let him go, takedown, let him go, and get a technical fall, it looks like.
Contreras up 4-2. Triantos. And Contreras methodical at this point.
Well, you can see why Reardon won the championship. They've got 3 good wrestlers in the finals here.
6-3, now make it 8-3. And Contreras lets him go. 8-4.
Putting on a little takedown clinic.
Triantos has lost his anklet. And illegal hold.
Got to hand it to Triantos, seeded #6, and to come this far, he's done a very good job at this tournament. Little side note, he does 125 hours of community service, and he got an award for that.
Zach Contreras. And you hear the boos. He is the defending champion. And he's cut loose. 24 seconds remaining in the first period. Contreras with a decisive 11-5, 13-5 lead. 13-6.
He's putting on a takedown clinic, isn't he?
He really is. He's just perpetual motion. Looking up at the clock, looking at his coaching staff. Currently has a 16-6 lead after one period.
Got a 10-point lead here.
Triantos defers, and they'll begin a neutral. Triantos, the junior, 30 wins on the season. Another 2 points for Contreras. (18-7) the score. 30 seconds gone here.
1:25 on the clock in round 2.
Just looks like Triantos can't get going.
These two schools in the West Catholic Athletic League. Mitty located in San Jose, Reardon in San Francisco.
Contreras has won 4 tournaments this year, and he's ranked number 7 in the state. So he's a legitimate wrestler.
Triantos looking up at the clock. Reads minute 2. He's trailing 18-7 here in the second period.
Referee is Mike Carr. He'll be doing his 25th state tournament next week.
Another 2-point takedown for Contreras. As Triantos awarded the 1-point escape.
He needs 2 more takedowns to win by technical fall.
You doing some math on me, Coach?
Yeah, I'm doing a little math. Well, I taught it for a while, so I'm pretty good with this addition.
22-8 the score. 25 seconds remaining. Triantos, talk about a frustrating evening. Trying to come up with something. But
there it is.
Contreras just able to counter anything Triantos comes up with. And that is win by technical fall. Zach Contreras, the most methodical victory we've had tonight, and the first winner out of the red corner, but every single champion thus far has been a #1 seed.
And that's why they're #1 seeds.
The seeding committee has it right. 152 points, our opportunity to see a pioneer wrestler, John Sinclair, the #2 seed. He is a senior, wearing the white singlet with the blue piping, facing off against Brian Batisto of Harbor High. Harbor High located in Santa Cruz in the green singlet. Batisto, the #1 seed, and a junior. Harbor High, Brendan Gwynn, Marshall Henston, the head coaches for Pioneer, Fernando Flanagan, Doug Fox, and Kevin Crawl. We're underway.
Batista's been in 6 tournaments this year. It's a lot of wrestling.
John Sinclair, the Blossom Valley Athletic League champion, tied for 8th place last year. Batisto, one of the big 3 at Harbor High. However, his other 2 teammates not qualifying for the finals.
Brian comes from a wrestling family. He's got 2 brothers that also wrestled.
Pioneer Sinclair. Throws for the trip.
Got a 2 takedown.
And a 2-point takedown for the #2 seed Sinclair, out of bounds.
good.
Batista trailing 2-0. Yeah, and every match has been won by the first seed. Now with the 2-point reversal, we're all tied up at 2 with 30 seconds remaining.
That was a nice reversal there. Came from behind, from underneath, and did a nice job of reversal. Almost got a near fall out of it.
Yeah,
now he's working for a cradle.
Seemed to catch Sinclair out of off guard. 20 seconds remaining.
$1 hot dogs in the concession stand. $1 hot dog.
10 seconds.
He's got a cradle lock, but he just can't turn him over with it.
All tied up at 2 after 1 period.
Referee is Fernando Siqueiros.
And the girls' state meet in the 146-pound weight class, Anna Naylor of Lindbrook placed second. 189-pound weight class, Danielle Hubel of St.
Batista really credits Ed Farrell, longtime Harbor High middle school presence in Santa Cruz County, for his coaching ability. Somersault by Batista. And Batista with the 2-point reversal. 4-2, he leads. And Sinclair with a 1-point escape. Now trailing 4-3.
These two boys are pretty equally matched here. It's anybody's match.
Batista 25-9 this season. Sinclair 31-8. Sinclair really crediting his head coach Fernando Flanagan for 4 terrific years of wrestling. Considers him a coach and a mentor. Less than a minute to go in the second period. Batista changing to a single leg. Going for the trip. Looking at the official. Earns it. 6-3 the score.
Batista looks a little more experienced.
I like Sinclair's game plan. He is trying to be aggressive. He's the underdog. Hey, these number 2 seeds, coach, they got to come in here primed for the upset.
There you go.
Coaching, Pioneer coaches trying to coach Sinclair in the act. 20 seconds remaining in the period.
The referee is indicating green has still got control.
Out of bounds. Pioneer High School. We will see back-to-back wrestlers. This is the first, Sinclair, the number 2 seed in the white. He's trailing 6-3.
No. That was close. Almost got away.
Batista, the junior.
Batista's a junior. Sinclair's a senior.
Top 3 wrestlers again in each division will head to the state championships next weekend in Bakersfield. Rabobank Arena. Batista in control with a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, we send 42 wrestlers down, our top 3 in each weight division. Well, that was nice by Batista. He turned him over with an arm bar.
Yep, going for the near fall. Sinclair in trouble.
He's in real trouble. Ooh, yes.
Win
Very
by
nice.
pin, Brian Batisto. Gives Harbor High a victory.
10-time 5:03 into the match.
Well, we'll see if Sinclair's teammate can do better in this next match.
Absolutely. Batisto in comes 5-3-0. And that'll bring up our 160-pound division Pioneers Grant Byrel, the number 2 seed, wearing the white and blue singlet, as does his opponent, more blue on the singlet of King City's Luis Quintero, the number 1 seed. Byrel, a senior, Quintero also a senior. A finalist last year is Quintero at the 145 class. CCS placing for Byrel last year, 5th place. We've seen a lot of matches between different grades in school. This one, 2 seniors. Both have 5 losses on the year. Quintero of King City on the right with 30 wins. Byrel with 32, 2 wins more. And right away, these guys get on the floor. And now 2 points awarded to Quintero.
Quintero's number 8 ranked. He's number 8 ranked wrestler in the state. He's a good wrestler.
Byrel awarded 1 point for the escape. King City, the southernmost school in the Central Coast section, the Central Coast section stretching from San Francisco down to King City. Pioneer already with a finalist tonight. Byrel, 3 tournament wins to none for Quintero this season.
Yeah, surprisingly, Quintero's got pretty good ranking, but he's only got 2 seconds in tournaments so far.
Yeah, but he is a 4-time Mission Trail Athletic League champion. Whenever someone can run the table in their high school career as a league champion, so impressive. Keith Picard, our referee.
We got a stalemate situation here if they don't improve. Now it's looking better.
25 seconds remaining. And a takedown for Quintero. 4-1 the score. And at 1 point escape for Byrel. 4-2. King City wrestler leads. Counting down, less than 5 seconds remaining. Period 1 in the books.
Choice goes to Burrell.
Quintero took 2nd place at the Lynn Dyke wrestling
Is that
tournament.
right?
Have you
Oh, I'm
heard of that
impressed.
one?
Yes, I'm
Yeah, I would
impressed.
think so.
That's a nice honor.
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew I liked that kid.
Lynn Dyke joining us tonight here on PlayOnSports.com. Still no score in this period as Byrel began on top. You're watching PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. And a 1 point escape for Quintero gives him a 5-2 lead 30 seconds into the second period.
Going into the section finals.
It's always nice to see wrestlers from places like King City and some of the smaller cities in our section have kids in the finals. really helps their school and their sports program.
Well, we mentioned the north and south points of the section represented by Reardon tonight in San Francisco, King City from the south. 45 seconds remaining in the second period.
Yeah, San Francisco has its own section, but because Reardon's in the West Catholic League, they can come down and wrestle in the Central Coast section.
That's right, and schools like Sacred Heart Cathedral. Of course, we also have South San Francisco here tonight represented. We'll be seeing a South San Francisco wrestler later as Quintero now stretching his lead 7-2 with 20 seconds remaining in the second round.
Well, Quintero was second at 145 last year in the section, so he's got a lot of experience here, and he's just, I think he's a little too much for Biro.
So he's now in the 160 class after being at 145, and he picks up another 2 points before the buzzer sounds, ending the second round. 9-2 the score for the King City wrestler.
Yeah, Quintero did wrestle in the state tournament last year, and he tied for 12th, which is pretty good, really.
Spirals getting on top. Viral with a 3.33 GPA. He's been wrestling for 4 years. And a 1-point escape for Quintero. Ten to 2 the score. Pioneer coaches on their feet.
For 1 minute remaining in this match.
It's kind of hard to keep the crowd into it after that exciting Villarreal match, and so and with Davis.
I think they're sticking around, Coach. They're looking to get off their hands. They're looking for a match to be invested in.
Well, we've got some more good wrestling coming up, that's for sure.
King City entered the night 11th in the team championship.
20 seconds.
Now pick up some points here as another 2 points. So with 10 seconds remaining, looking to be a win by major decision for Quintero.
1 point escape.
And actually that goes away, or yes, it stays in as time expires. Congratulations to Luis Quintero, ending his high school career, so to speak, at least at the sectional level, as a CCS champion. Congratulations to Quintero, win by major decition, and once again, it's a #1 seed. All of the top seeds thus far have won a championship. Half Moon Bay's Joseph Lohman, wearing the orange-black of the Cougars, the #2 seed, coming in here at the 170-pound weight class, and he faces Alisal Trojans top-seeded Jovan Villalobos. Alisal located in Salinas, California.
Third section, planning on attending MIT next year with a 4.0
Lohman
Please welcome
finished third last year, did not place at state. Villalobos, coached by a Juan Villalobos. 40-3 record for Villalobos. We're underway. Alisal in green, just like that, 2-point takedown for Villalobos.
He's a tough kid, Villalobos. He's ranked 7th in the state right now. And as you mentioned, his dad is his coach, and he's done a good job down there at Alisal.
And Lohman quickly in trouble. Trailing 2-0. Lohman coached by Tom Baker, Jim Clater, John Clater, and Gabe Gammon. Won the Peninsula Athletic League at this division.
You see Villalobos uses his legs very effectively here.
Boy, 4 tournament wins by Villalobos, including the Coast Classic and the Apple Cider, earning near fall points. 5-0 Villalobos. Minute to go in the first.
Once again, places first.
Lohman. It's a senior versus senior. And Lohman will be attending MIT next year. Plays football and also throws a shot put and discus. Lives on a farm. It's beautiful farmland in the Half Moon Bay area. He's trailing 5-0 with 46 seconds remaining.
Must be dressed appropriately in order to be allowed on the victory stand. You must be wearing your school colors, representing your school.
Alisal High, their head football coach, Chenille Smith, has created such a great program down in Salinas. And Villalobos, their lone representative here in the CCS finals. And 1-point escape for Lohman. Score now 5-1. 15 seconds remaining in the first period.
Villalobos has won 4 tournaments, including the Zinken and the Buchanan down in Clovis area, and that's pretty impressive. He's an excellent wrestler. He should place high in the state meet this year.
And he earns 2.71 here at the end of the first period on the takedown. Lohman with a 4.0 GPA finished 3rd last year.
Villalobos definitely looks like he's wrestling with a purpose tonight.
Lohman looking toward his coaching staff. We're at Fukushima Fieldhouse on the campus of Independence High School in San Jose. Kirsten Fairchild's Lynn Dyke bringing you the action of the 2013 Central Coast Section Wrestling Championships. This is the 170-pound championship match. Jovan Villalobos of Alisal in the green with a 7-1 lead here in the second period. Every single match has been won by a top seed. That will not be the case coming up, as an unseeded wrestler has made it through. No #1 seed in just one match this entire evening. Good seeding job, Coach.
That's right. You got to hand it to the tournament committee for the seeding job they did.
Absolutely.
It's all on a point system now.
Yes. Dwayne Morgan, the Central Coast Section Assistant Commissioner. Big thanks to him tonight as Villalobos earns the 1-point escape. Minute left to go in the second.
Our seating meetings used to take 8 hours to complete, and now they take about an hour and a half, because for every tournament it's got a value, and you get points placed depending on how you place. So it's real easy to seed our wrestlers, and it's pretty valid.
Yeah, before all that, it didn't matter what the sport was. Those CCS seating meetings could go on for days, right?
Yeah, well, you get all those coaches together. It's like the Liars Club, you know. My kid did this, and my kid did that.
Well, 10-1 now, Villalobos. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Another point for Lohman, now trailing 10-2. Lohman has been wrestling for 10 years. And time expired before Villalobos could get the angle he needed.
That's right.
Now round number 3.
He takes neutral.
Aptos High head coach Reggie Roberts honored before tonight's ceremony as the CCS Honor Coach of the Year for wrestling. Villalobos with the 2-point takedown, now stretching his lead to 12-2.
You know, there's something special about a wrestler when he's coached by his dad. You know, you kind of have that special feeling for him. You're really thrilled that the kid can win and his dad's a coach. There's something special about that, having been a coach.
Just out of the view of our camera, a number of newspaper photographers have showed up. You had mentioned when smaller schools, if you will, smaller areas, it's nice that the press travels with them. And the Half Moon Bay and the Alisal, Salinas area here. Just one wrestler piece here in the finals for Half Moon Bay and Alisal, but residents of those areas will be reading about it tomorrow. Seeing the photos from this match, and Villalobos continuing to rack up the points.
He's got an 11-point lead right now. And
40 seconds remaining.
One-point escape, Loman.
10-point differential. Loman. Ten seconds remaining. And a stalemate.
8.5 seconds remaining in the match. Wrestlers are neutral.
Villalobos, 2 points. Jovan Villalobos, the senior. A major decision for Villalobos. Alisal's top seed. Victor here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet your 182-pound wrestlers.
Folks, we'll have live coverage of Winter Sports Champions from around California throughout the rest of this month and into March. Basketball finals in March, our own version of March Madness here on PlayOnSports.com. Follow the Winter Championships in your section, brought to you by your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. South San Francisco represented now Artur Giorgio at 182 pounds. He is the top seed in the white singlet, white and blue of South San Francisco. Their mascot is the Warriors, facing off against our Monterrey Toreador, the number 2 seed, Jacob Golden. So our only opportunity tonight to see South San Francisco and Monterrey. Giorgio, a senior, as is Golden. Golden on the right in black, Giorgio in white. Giorgio coached by Steve Matucci, Carlo Altamirano, and Ray Reyes of South San Francisco. He is Ukrainian. He has been here for about 10 years, his coach estimated. Golden coached by Roberto Dixon, Travis Edwards, Chris Bonafo, and Josh Downing.
both of these wrestlers have had 7 tournaments this year, so they've certainly got a lot of wrestling experience this year.
They've all reached the 40 match mark. Golden, the 2 seed, comes in 35-5. Giorgio, 1 win better at 36-5. Giorgio finished 4th last year. Golden finished 6th. Artur Georgiou in white. Georgiou plays football and basketball. Excuse me, and track. Also likes to play basketball. 3.5 GPA. Golden a 3.2. Out of bounds.
You mentioned the 40-match rule, and both of these boys have wrestled 7 tournaments and have 35 matches apiece. That's a lot of wrestling.
That's a senior season.
Some coaches are crying for more than the 40-match rule, but I think it's enough. In fact, I'm the one that proposed it to the CIF.
We'll talk about a little bit. I want to hear more about that. Now, Golden scored the 2-point takedown. Excuse me, 2 to 1. 2 to 1 in terms for Golden.
Takedown and an escape.
Georgiou with the escape. Coach, why did you propose that?
I did a study on it with all the place winners at the state meet for 3 years, and the average number of matches was 38. And so we went to a 40-match proposal, and it was accepted by the CIF Federated Council. I think it's fair.
You want the maximum to be 40?
40 prior to the league tournament.
That's the maximum.
So if a kid goes 40 before the league, he's still got the league, he's got the section, he's got the state. That's another 15 matches.
Well, we are talking about our officiating crew here, and, you know, as the first period expires with the number 2 seed up 2-1, Coach, out of all the sports, I think the emphasis for official to make sure the athletes are safe is so heightened in the sport of wrestling. They are not just there to keep score.
Nope.
The priority is keeping wrestlers safe. So Golden picks up another point.
And there's injury time. He hurt his hand.
So you see Georgiou, he's got that hand heavily taped. Looks like our score might have been corrected.
Ladies and gentlemen,
As trainer attending to Artur Georgiou.
for 6 young ladies from Central Coast section who made
Tonight, also the state championships for the girls.
3 of them placing second.
Today.
Yeah. 3
Young lady
from the
who made
section are
these
state
recognitions,
champions,
and that is a
as being
freshman
announced
from each
over the
city
PA.
who finished in the top 12 at the state championships, but was recognized by her peers and awarded the CIF
2-2 the score after the injury or the injury timeout.
It's my understanding we had 2 state champions and 2 second places in the girls.
I thought they just announced 3 and 3.
3 and 3?
That's what I thought I heard.
It's kind of hard to hear the announcements. But our girls did very well down there.
Yes, absolutely.
From what I understand, we had about 9 place winners.
That's terrific. So 2-point takedown for Georgiou, top seed, now up 4-2. You know, Golden does a great job getting up on his feet quickly. Nice explosion by Golden as he earns the 1-point escape and has trimmed his deficit to 1 point. Kirsten Fairchild's Lynn Dyke here at Fukushima Fieldhouse, Independence High School. We were at Oak Grove High School a couple of weekends ago for the CCS Girls Wrestling Championship.
That was a great tournament. I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly how our girls placed.
I can't
Wouldn't
wait
surprise
either.
me to see if Miss Lee from Gunn and Chesson from Los Gatos won it.
And Georgiou needs to tie his shoe. 48 seconds remaining in the second period. He leads 4-3. Golden a chance to catch his breath.
See, one of the rules is they have to have those shoestrings covered. Otherwise, it could be a penalty for delay of match.
Out of bounds. Golden, the Monterey Bay League champion. Giorgio, the Peninsula Athletic League champ.
Both seniors.
A lot of mileage separating these two schools. South San Francisco from Monterey. Relative, of course, to other schools in the section. Both competed in the Coast Classic. Neither of them placed in the top 3. 2 seconds remaining, counting down. Period number 3.
Anybody's match.
1 seed with a 1-point lead. Again, the favored wrestler has won tonight in each division. And up next at 195 pounds, we will have an unseeded wrestler facing off against the 2 seed. We'll bring you that, of course, after this match is completed. Anyone's championship at this point.
Yeah, once in a while you get an unseeded wrestler because they don't wrestle in tournaments or they come out late in the season and so forth and peak at the right time at the end of the season.
Giorgio with the 5-3 after the 1-point escape. Golden, 90 seconds. Try and tie this up or take the lead. Minute left. So Giorgio with the warning for stalling. 40 seconds remaining. Golden. It's going to be out of bounds.
No advantage. Wrestlers out of bounds.
32 seconds
32.5 seconds remaining in this match.
left in this match. Golden quickly shoots.
He's got 20 seconds to get a takedown to tie this thing up.
Clock stops with 15 seconds remaining. The coaching staff from Monterey willing on their wrestler. Golden looking for his opportunities. 10 seconds. Now in trouble.
Takedown.
And Giorgio with 3.9 seconds after the clock is stopped extends his lead 7-3. Both these wrestlers huffing and puffing, Coach.
Yeah, there's a lot of physical exertion out there, especially with the big guys.
Last year he finished 4th. This year he's the champ, continuing the streak by top seeds. That will come to an end, but not before congratulations go out to the 182-pound champion, Artur Giorgio. Out of the red corner from Gunn High School, the unseeded Sean Lidster will face off against the number 2 seed, Chandler Ramirez of Mitty, a junior. What a run for Ramirez, 37-2 coming into this match. 4 tournament victories. He is the WCAL champion. He will be playing football at BYU, finished 4th last year. Lidster Finished among the top 14, also a football player, wants to be a broadcast journalist.
Oh, we had to bring him over here.
He's busy, Coach. Here we go, unseeded in the black and red of Gunn against the 2-seed Mitty, the black and gold. Lidster looking to make the underdogs proud here. There wouldn't be a more underdog as Lidster.
I think he's going to have his hands full with Ramirez.
Again, Gunn right over Coach Dyke's shoulder here, the Gunn fans. Second wrestler tonight, or perhaps even third.
Got 2 juniors wrestling, but Ramirez has got 4 first and a second in tournaments this year.
Yeah, what a season. Coach Chandler Ramirez, no score here this first minute. Chandler Ramirez lists among his accomplishments that he can solve the Rubik's Cube.
Wow.
And Lidster, that's out of bounds. Ramirez wanted the takedown, saying his hips might have been in bounds, still no score.
Referee is Fernando Siqueiros.
Six wrestlers are seated in this tournament, so for Lidster to come in here unseated, bit of a surprise.
Gosh, I'm surprised he wasn't seated number 1. He took 4th in the Lynn Dyke tournament.
No stranger to you, Coach. 5 seconds remaining, no score. Round 2 up next. As you mentioned, both juniors. And Lidster looking to his coaching staff. He will begin in the defensive position. Lidster wrestling for 6 years, his opponent just 3. Lidster on the board first, 1-0 after the escape. Ramirez going for the throw. 2 points for Ramirez. Perhaps our most decisive throw of the night.
That's right. One of the things you notice with the bigger boys, they do a lot more muscling, and the smaller weights, it's more finesse. And that's why they look tired when they get off the mat, because they exert so much physical exertion.
And a trip. Two-one. Ramirez leads. He's cut loose. 2-2 after the 1-point escape. 2-2 in period 2. Unseeded in the black, second seed in the gold.
You notice the assistant, John Moore, stays opposite of the referee, and that's the whole idea. They want to mirror each other so that they can see all angles of the wrestling, see if boys are locking hands or doing anything illegal and so forth. So they work as a team.
Yeah, Ramirez and Lidster have such similar physical characteristics.
They do, yes they do.
Maybe an inch taller for Ramirez. Has 25 seconds and counting here. What a story this would be if Lidster could pull off the upset. 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it would be quite a story. I would think based on the records he would be the underdog, but he's doing a very good job out there.
Well, he's got to be brimming with confidence.
Yes.
2-2 the score after the second period. A CCS title on the line. This will be a first ever CCS champion. Again, Ramirez finished 4th last year. Lidster among the top 14. Ramirez struggling to get to his feet. And he takes a 3-2 lead after the escape. Again, the top 3 wrestlers in each division going to state. So there will be more wrestling for our finalists here tonight.
Certainly good for Ramirez to get that 1-point lead, but it's still anybody's match.
Ramirez.
That's a key takedown there.
Another takedown. 5-2.
He's surprisingly fast.
Up and out, Sean.
Gun fans cheering on. And
I see Ramirez wants to go to Brigham Young and play football next year.
that's right, 5-3 after the 1-point escape.
Your way, Sean, your way.
West Catholic Athletic League, very competitive in football this year. Bellarmine Sarah, Mitty,
Get after it, Sean. Let's go.
St. Ignatius, Sacred Heart Cathedral. Great season. Lidster.
Nice.
Ramirez fights it off. 30 seconds remaining. It's a 2-point lead for Ramirez. We've seen some excellent throws from him tonight. 20 seconds. 2-point takedown. It's a 7-3 lead.
17.6 seconds remaining in the match.
Come on, Sean.
Sean Lidster, a gun on bottom. Chandler Ramirez, Sports Commission Video on top.
7-3.
He chooses an optional start.
Cuts him loose. 7-4. 10 seconds. Lidster trying for the trip. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Actually 4/10 of a second.
A little too much experience by Ramirez.
Congratulations to Chandler Ramirez of Archbishop Mitty, defeating the unseeded Sean Lidster by a score of 7-4. Ramirez, the first number 2 seed to win a championship tonight. Graham Grant of Saratoga is the top seed in the 220-pound division.
220-pound finalist.
Grant, a junior,
Number 3 seed. A senior
wearing the red singlet,
with a record of 15-4.
facing off against Tyler Escoto of Palma in the yellow and red of Palma. Escoto, a number 3 seed. He is a senior. Grant is a junior. Both have been wrestling for 6 years. Grant is the returning finalist. Escoto finished 4th last year. And Graham Grant in the red, well, he had an interesting fall. He's part of the marching band at Saratoga High School, and he performed in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Wow.
Plans to wrestle at Stanford next year.
With a current breakpoint average of 3.5, please welcome Grant.
Grant's won 4 tournaments this year.
One for Escoto, the Monterey Bay League champ. We'll have back-to-back Palma Chieftain wrestlers. Palma known for great football reputation down in the Salinas area.
This is that situation I mentioned earlier where you got 2 Palma wrestlers now going to wrestle this weight and heavyweight, and they probably work out together, and sometimes that's really beneficial to both of them.
Absolutely. We've seen that a number of times tonight. Back-to-back schools, back-to-back divisions. Skota brings a 3.6 GPA in. Just 15-4 on the season. Not a lot of matches. His opponent, 30 wins on the season, Grant, also 9 losses. His GPA 3.5.
And he's only a junior, but he's already said he wants to go to Stanford.
Yep.
And wrestle.
Coached by Armando Gonzalez and Daniel Gamez. Palma coach Lehman. First period, no score. Number 1 versus number 3. Number 1 in the red. Number 3 in the yellow.
I noticed that both wrestlers expressed that they wanted to thank their families for the support that the families have given them throughout the season.
As Escoto.
He's got a possible cradle. He's locked in the head and leg. Possible cradle there.
20 seconds remaining. 2-point takedown for Grant.
Got a far side cradle right now. There it goes.
Escoto in trouble. And a 3-point near fall, 5-0 for Grant as time expired. So Skota defers. Grant elects to begin in the offensive position with a 5-0 lead.
Now I noticed Grant's record is 30-9 versus Tyler's, who is 15-4. That's quite a difference. A lot more experience Grant has had this season. He's got what we call a 3-quarter Nelson right now.
And warning
Referee
for
called,
potentially dangerous hold.
Referee called it potentially dangerous there, yeah.
Score stalled at 5-0. Saratoga versus Palma.
Just about 1 minute remaining in round 2.
Skota plans to attend a 4-year university. His hobbies include racing quads. And like a number of wrestlers that have filled out these informational forms, hobbies include eating and sleeping. It's very popular activities for these young men.
And Grant says eating a lot is one of his favorite outside activities.
Escoto in trouble. Very much in trouble.
Yes.
In fact, so much in trouble that Graham Grant gets the #1 seeds back in the winning circle, if you will. Wins by pin. And that will bring up our final match of the night as Saratoga with the CCS champion, Graham Grant, improving on last year's finalist placing. He takes home the title here tonight. Our last match of the night. Where has the time flown? Gary Miltenberger of Fremont, the number 2 seed, wearing the black singlet with the big red and white F on front, facing off against the second Palma Chieftain we'll see tonight. Hildy Mansour, the top seed. Mansour has not lost on the season. 31-0, what a record. Miltenberger not too bad at 33-3. Miltenberger a junior, Mansour a senior. Mansour, our only wrestler tonight who is undefeated, comes in here undefeated.
That's right.
And what a throw.
He's a horse. It's all over.
And right away, Miltenberger just inching his way.
Yeah, Mansour's won 5 straight tournaments, and he's got a good chance to be a state champion.
So 2 points for the takedown, 2 points for the near fall, 4-0 for Mansour.
He's pinned everybody in this tournament.
He is the runner-up. Last year's runner-up is Miltenberger. First time at CCS, or at least wasn't here last year. Got the arm bar in.
Watch that wing. Watch that chicken wing. Got to be careful with that chicken wing driving it forward the arm.
Miltenberger, huge learning curve for him here as Mansour has to begin in neutral. That gives a 1 point to Miltenberger. Final match of the night.
Mansour's hobbies are long walks on the beach.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. We'll have to ask him if we have the opportunity. And right in front of the official table, giving the crowd something to ooh and ah about in some anxious moments for our official table there. Minute into this one, 4-1 the lead for the undefeated Mansour.
And the official is John Moore.
You're watching PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. After all is said and done tonight, we'll bring you the team results as well as our wrestler of the night. Kirsten Fairchild's joined by Lynn Dyke. A big thanks to everyone here at Independence High School for their hospitality, as well as Dwayne Morgan, the Central Coast Section Assistant Commissioner, and his tournament staff tonight, and the CCS Commissioner, Nancy Lazenby Blazer. It's our pleasure and privilege to bring you high school sports on PlayOnSports.com. Thank you for joining us. Hildy Mansour.
Well, there's some good candidates for wrestling of the night.
I tell you, Mansour looked like he might have had the quickest pin, but Miltenberger has battled gamely here, and we will head into the second period.
Please report to the victory stand. You will be assisting in our awards presentation. Reggie, Robert.
Miltenberger, you have to remember, Coach, he has 33 wins on the season.
Wow.
And he's the number 2 seed.
He's got a couple of first in tournaments also, so.
And he has now, after the escape, cut his deficit. He trails 4-2 to the top seeded Mansour.
Well, Gilroy and Reardon had quite a few kids in the finals, but it's nice to see some of these other schools represented here.
Yeah. There's been some nice diversity here tonight. Oh, we're going to have an unsportsmanlike warning, or at least a conversation with Mansour. Four, 2, Mansour lead.
Whoa.
Minute left in the second.
Mansour, as I mentioned earlier, has pinned every opponent, and who knows, maybe the third period he might run out of gas. Hasn't had to be in good shape.
Talk about a dominating season. 2-point
Nice
takedown.
Yeah, nice one. Let's go. 28 seconds. He's a big boy, isn't he?
Yes, and 2 points were awarded to Miltenberger. Now taken away, 6-2. Mansour leads. Wow. A lot of flexibility. The sport, strength, strategy, skill, flexibility. The oldest sport, wrestling, as Miltenberger trims his deficit to 6-3. Wrestling in the news earlier as we do go to a third period. Wrestling in the news last week, possibly being dropped from the Olympics.
Yeah, that was a real surprise and a shock.
Very surprising.
But you know, since that happened, they've added the 3-time Olympic champion from Russia and 2 gold medal champions from the United States on that committee. And I think there's going to be a reversal coming up here on that decision.
Frankly, I would hope so.
Yeah, terrible decision.
Absolutely. Back to high school wrestling. Third period underway. Number 1 versus number 2. Mansour versus Mittelberger. Mansour with a 6-3 lead. And again, I think people questioning a little shoves, little taps.
Oh, he had a nice single there and he gave it up. Imagine these two boys would make the football coaches happy, wouldn't they?
You know, neither of them wrote that down.
Yeah.
1 minute of wrestling remaining.
Mittelberg trailing just by 3 here against an opponent who has not lost a match all season. Will he take some chances? Mittelberger, a junior, his opponent, a senior.
Just not enough offense from Miltenberger. He hasn't done too much to attempt takedowns.
20 seconds remaining. Mansour awarded 2 points for the takedown. Mittelberger quickly up, 10 seconds remaining, trailing 8-3. 8-4 after the escape points. Out of bounds with 1.6 seconds remaining. Hildy Mansour continues his undefeated season. 32-0. Excuse me, 32-0 over a very game Gary Miltenberger out of Fremont. An 8-4 victory for Mansour. Coach, with the exception of Chandler Ramirez of Midi, every match tonight was won by a number 1 seed.
That's pretty darn good as far as the seeding process. It just shows it's a very valid system.
We will take a short break here at Independence High School. But don't you dare go away. Please stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show where we will wrap up all the action from today's tournament. That's coming up following this break. On your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. We'll also have our Wrestler of the Meet. Don't you dare go away. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot. One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot.
Welcome back to Independence High School in San Jose. I'm Kirsten Fairchild with our wrestler of the Central Coast section meet, the Gilroy Jr. Nico Villarreal. He was the defending state champion at a lower weight, and he came through to three-peat as a CCS champion at 138 pounds with the exciting win over Reardon in the tiebreaker. You had not wrestled, Elijah, this season. Were you surprised by anything that happened? Tell us about your game plan.
You know, I was really surprised. I wasn't expecting so much of a close match. I was expecting to be a higher scoring match. And he's a really good wrestler. He's really strong, really defensive. And state, hopefully I'll be ready for him and more offensive for me.
Was that one of your team? First of all, you have so many great wrestlers on your team, but was this match in jeopardy?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
You gotta love the confidence. You knew it was going to turn out your way?
You know, I have full confidence in me. My team has full confidence in me. You know, the second I doubt myself is when I lose the match, and I can't ever think about that. I got to think I'm going to win this match, so that's how I think of it. I approach my matches like that every time.
Well, it's been nothing but winning ways for Nico at Gilroy High School. Not only has he three-peated as a CCS champion, his team tonight racked up his 11th consecutive team championship in wrestling. That is unprecedented in the history of wrestling at this section. I asked your head coach, what is it about Gilroy High that year after year makes your team so unbeatable? And he really didn't have much of an answer, so I'm wondering what you think it is.
You know, I honestly think it's the supporting from the fans we have here. It's just they push us so hard. Our coaches push us so hard. We work 12 months out of the year, every day. There's no possible way someone can beat us. So we just got to keep approaching like that. And if we just keep stepping up more and more, we have years to come of just winning. And hopefully that's our goal.
What was your individual goal this season?
My individual goal is to be another state champ, hopefully a national champ again. And I was hoping not to get taken down, but it happened. But so far, I'm approaching the goal I want, and it's a good season so far for me.
Well, again, a special night for Nico Villarreal and the rest of his Gilroy squad. Congratulations on being in the PlayOnSports.com Wrestler of the Meet. We're going to take a short break, then Lynn Dyke and I will be back to wrap up all the action on PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
One match away from immortality.
Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com coverage of the 2013 Central Coast Section Wrestling Championships from Independence High School in San Jose. Alongside Lynn Dyke, I'm Kirsten Fairchild. What a night it was. The seeding held up. Almost every single division was won by a number 1 seed. Just one division was won by a number 2 seed. That was Chandler Ramirez of Mitty. No surprise, Coach. Gilroy High continues its legacy, its dominance of the Central Coast section at the team level. Gilroy High, 210 points tonight to win the team championship.
They're a dynasty, 11 straight now for them, and it's a great job of coaching down there, and they've got some great athletes, outstanding wrestlers, and they're going to do well at the state meet. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't have 3 state champions out of that school.
So exciting for Gilroy. Palma of Salinas finished in 2nd place with 142.5 points, and Alisal of Salinas 125 points. Salinas and Gilroy, the south of the Central Coast section, taking the top 3 spots.
They sure did. They did an outstanding job. I was impressed with Palma. They did an outstanding job, and of course Alisal did a great job, and Coach Villalobos and his son. And then you got to go back to Gilroy there in the south. They're certainly dominated.
We saw some win by pin. We saw some major decisions. We saw some nail biters, including our wrestler of the meet, Nico Villarreal, with the tiebreaker decision, the tiebreaker win. I think that's a rematch everyone's going to be looking forward to if they can work their way to the finals in state.
I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't in the championship finals again, and you never know. They were so close, either one of those boys could win. But I was really impressed with Villarreal's composure, and I think he kept his composure a little better, and that probably won the match for him.
Well, while we were here in San Jose, Central Coast section wrestlers, girl wrestlers, were at the state championships in Lemoore. How did our girls wrestlers out of this section do?
We had 3 champions and 2 second places, and the 3 girls that I thought would win did. Lee from Gunn, and Chesson from Los Gatos, and Mendoza from Overfeld. All 3 of them won the state championships, and we had 2 girls take second. So we've got to be very proud. Parrish of Scotts Valley took second, and she was in the same weight with Chesson. So they finished 1-2, which is outstanding. And then Danielle Pilbel from Sacred Heart Cathedral took second, as well as Anna Naylor of Lynbrook. So our section did an outstanding job in the finals. To have that many girls in the finals of the state tournament is just an outstanding effort by our section.
It was a CCS kind of weekend here. Coach, what will you remember most about the sectional wrestling, and both in girls and boys wrestling this year?
Well, I was extremely impressed with the girls. I just thought, in 4 years they have come so far as their development, and it's gonna be a real outstanding sport here in the Central Coast section. And if the boys don't watch it, they may surpass them as far as the amount of girls that win state championships. They're doing an outstanding job now. And our section, unfortunately, is a little weak at the boys' level. Our kids are good, but there's a lot of outstanding wrestlers in the state of California, and we'll be lucky. Last year, I think we had 15 place winners, and if we get that many again this year, I guess it's a good season, but we need more place winners.
Final thoughts?
I just had a good time working here and running the tournament, and the boys did an outstanding job. The tournament was well run, and there was some exciting wrestling tonight.
Absolutely. On behalf of my partner tonight, Lynn Dyke, our producer, Kevin Smith, and our videographer, Nico Chastain, I'm Kirsten Fairchild. Thank you so much for joining us on PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the 2013 Central Coast Section Championship. Make sure you stay tuned to PlayOnSports.com in the upcoming weeks for all of the sectional, regional, and state championships here in the state of California. So long from San Jose.
Goodbye.
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.